Good morning, everyone. Today is going to be a fun day for the kids because we're going to get to pick the first fruits of our garden, small though it may be. We have some bush green beans that are ready to go. So we're going to pick that small handful. Maybe that'll be something we can enjoy for dinner one night this week. So that's what we're going to do today, along with taking care of the other animal chores and some other random miscellaneous stuff. So follow along. Hope you enjoy this video. This is the back pasture. It's separated right now with some of this miscanthus. Originally, I had wanted that to be a food plot for deer before we got into raising animals. There's a bunch of clover out there, but we've converted it obviously to be pasture. Clover is perfectly fine for pasture animals, but we had some volunteer pumpkin seeds grow. After we fed them to the pigs last fall, they just started to sprout. And so we have these small little pumpkins starting out here in the pasture in a couple of different areas. It's an interesting little thing there. We also have some of this. This is either Milo, I think it is Milo, or sorghum. But that's in the pig feed that we give them. And it's like a kind of like a relative of a corn grass hybrid. But that's really interesting too. It's supposed to be really good for like native wild birds. So think your songbirds, your mourning doves. If we had pheasants in this area too. There's milkweed that grew up in there, some thistles, and then here's another pumpkin plant that sprouted. We still have some blossoms on it, so I imagine we'll get at least some small pumpkins out of it this year. And then the rest of the pasture is just clover, chicory, orchard grass, timothy. There's some alfalfa in it. And then weeds, obviously, which we'll hopefully take care of over time. You can see one of the ways that you help to promote things like the legumes, the clovers to grow, is to mow it. Mowing it is like grazing it. You just nip off the top of the grasses. I think you can see that. Nip it flat. And then that allows these clovers to grow up and take residency in that area. We're reaching the dry season right now, so we're not getting a ton of rain, and the grasses are starting to go dormant, which means the legumes will come on pretty strongly. Let's head up here to the garden, and we'll begin picking those green beans with the kids. See right here? I don't know if those are all ready or not. See how they still have that point on them? Yeah. I would let them go until that point grows out. So this plant I don't think is quite ready. But over here, I see one. Can I pick it? Just wait a minute. Come here, Hal. Are you sure that the watermelon will grow? I think it will. We'll see. Did I pick one? Yeah, that's a good one. Grab up by the stem so you don't break it off. It's okay. Grab up here by the stem so you don't. Okay, here. There's one. Good green bean. Yep, that's another good one. Yep. Come here, Hal. Wait. Let Hallie get one. This one right here, Hallie. Can you show her where it is, Eli?
This one right here.
Reach up at the stem and just pop it off. Very good.
3 so far.
3 green beans. Let me check this one.
Hey, I see one. Hey.
These are our bush beans. There's going to be plenty for everyone to pick, okay?
I see. Yeah, but they're not all ready.
I don't think they're all ready either.
Like, are any of these? I think this one.
I don't think so.
This one? I think this one is.
I would let it go a little bit longer. Another couple of days. I don't see any on that one either. Here's one. Hallie gets to pick this one because she only got to pick one. Come on this side. It's this long one right down here at the bottom.
This one?
Yep. Very good.
Mine is getting squash and zucchinis already.
Yeah. That's good. Look at the...
A bumblebee's in the pumpkin.
He's down in there getting the pollen.
Is that all right for the pumpkin?
Oh yeah, it's good. Then we have our sunflowers that are growing. Those are growing well.
Yeah, but they haven't even bloomed yet.
No, it's going to take a minute for them to bloom.
Oh yeah, they'll get way taller than Daddy.
It's hard to believe that all of these pumpkins came out of that compost pile. These pumpkins are all over the place.
They're beginning to get out in a regular yard, say that.
The flowers on these pole beans will turn into beans.
Yeah. Okay.
There's flowers all over the place.
Rabbit.
Yeah, that's good fertilizer for the garden.
What is that?
It's your rabbit poop, honey. I put the fertilizer in there. And look at these carrots. These carrots are growing really well.
When are we going to pull them out?
We won't pull them out for another couple of weeks.
Months, maybe.
They were growing really slow for a while, and then I went through and I pulled all of the weeds out, like this guy. And now they don't have as much competition in the grasses, so they're growing much better.
We don't have to really root them up anymore. Hey, Daddy, there's a nettle right here. Should we just leave it?
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah, they don't need weeded again.
We're gonna get a lot of green beans off of these plants. A lot of them. I should have made the trellises higher.
And then these are...
I thought these would have been done by now, but you're right. There's quite a few of them. Wild blackberries?
Yeah. They are.
Ouch.
I mean, there's some low down. I just don't want to walk through more poison ivy.
Yeah, I wouldn't walk through the poison ivy either if I were you, but we can pick these.
Yeah. I just mean, like, in order for me to get those, I have to walk through that, and there's some poison ivy in there. But you can stand on the outdoors part of it.
They're almost done for the year.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because look, there's some that are almost green.
Here.
I don't prefer that, the green stuff.
Yeah, I didn't mean to pull that off. It just happened.
It does sometimes does that to me too. I'm gonna try to get 3 more strawberries this year.
3 more?
Yeah.
Does it look like you can get them?
Yeah, they're green.
Okay.
So I think I can get. Like I'm not brave enough to reach my hands in there.
Yeah, that's okay. And now it's on to the chickens. We gotta take care of these ladies and gentlemen. Make sure they have appropriate amount of food and oyster shells. Looks like we have a mouse that's taking up residency in there. Do this. These little guys are still getting out every once in a while. Uh-oh. That looks like we had a chicken get killed in here. That's not good. That's not good. Something got into the pen and killed one of our ISA browns. And now the chickens are pecking at what's left over. She must not have made it back into the coop at night, would be my guess. I don't see how anything could have gotten in there. I don't know. Interesting. We haven't had any real predator issues since we built this coop until this year. Now it seems like we've been having a bunch of issues. We've lost probably 10 laying hens to some sort of predation, whether it's an aerial critter or a raccoon or a possum, or we've heard rumor of a fox around here. We've never actually laid eyes on it. I think I'm gonna have to start setting some traps again. I think so, Eli. I think it's just one. Something got in here. Yeah, must be. Last thing we gotta do is some oyster shell. And they come and pick that up, and that's what helps to make their eggs have good shells. Yeah, I think that happened yesterday, Eli.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
In the day?
No, I mean, like, probably not last night, but 2 nights ago.
No, last night or the night before?
Yeah. Whatever it was got into the pen somehow. Something else I wanted to show you, other than our storage for all the kids' clothes sizes, because we keep these for all of our children so that our hand-me-downs are organized and stored properly, is a reconfiguration of this space. If you remember in our early videos, the very first video I ever made, which will be linked right up here, the canning shelves were against the wall. We had 2 freezers in this corner. I've rewired everything so that we can put a fridge here. I moved the canning shelves over and attached them with 2x3 lumber to the beam so that they won't fall over. This is all this year's green beans that we've canned. There's canned chicken, chicken broth and other soup stocks, more chicken broth, canned some potatoes, glazed carrots, applesauce, a bunch of other things. And this will end up full by the end of the year. But now we have a refrigerator, which we can store things like our garden harvest so far. Those are the green beans we've harvested from the beginning of the garden season, as well as additional freezer space for things like whole chickens and berries and other things. Then we have our 2 big chest freezers. This is full of all of the chicken that we had from this year's 2 batches, the Red Rangers and the White Rangers, as well as chicken feet and backs and bones for broth, the venison jerky that we made. It's still a work in progress. I haven't quite finished wiring everything in, but the other thing we did was add a 220 outlet in here so that we can put this old oven in that place. This is my grandmother's oven. She used to have this down in her basement. She gave it to her sister, who had it down in their basement, and now it is coming to us. It's just a tiny little oven. It's not very wide. Let's see how wide it actually is. It's 20 inches wide. So it's not huge, but it'd be good enough to put granola on a pan down in here, or if Hannah needed to have somewhere where she could can multiple things at a time, she can use the stovetop upstairs, or she can use this, and it'll sit back in that corner. So it'll be tucked out of the way, and then this kind of will be our food prep area. What I would love to do eventually is put shelves. You can see how high that lid opens. I would love to install shelves up here that we could store all of the empty canning jars on, or we could put our dehydrator up there. Any number of other things could go there as food prep areas. So this is something that I've been working on. I haven't brought you along on the journey because I wasn't exactly sure how it would end up working out, but I'm happy with it so far. Once I get the tools cleaned up and everything put back in place, this is the food storage area. The other side of this that I haven't finished yet is wiring in the breaker. This entire electric panel was redone with the help of an electrician. We reran all the wires through the whole house. It's all pretty much up to code. In our area, it all has upgraded amperage. This was a 200 amp service that we upgraded to from a 100 amp service, and you can see we have almost the whole panel full, but we've overshot most of it. So a lot of it is 20 amp breakers for things that are not going to pull 20 amps. But just in case you ever needed to upgrade it, it all has the 12-2 wiring, which can handle 20 amps. So everything is organized by room. A lot of people in their homes will do lights on one and outlets on the other, and so then they'll do kitchen and dining room lights on one. They'll do a bedroom and a bathroom and a hallway lights on one, bedroom, bathroom, outlets on one. I did not want to do that way. So each outlet, each breaker represents one room or one appliance. So you have the washing machine, the water softener, the dryer, the water heater, the living room, basement outlets, the front porch, the landing, the office, bedroom, all of this organized that way so that a homeowner can come in here if we ever sell the place and know exactly what rooms they're getting into for wiring. And it's all labeled inside the box, but I've also labeled it newly on the outside of the box on the door. This was not here when we bought the house, and it was a nightmare to try to solve that problem. So for our sanity and for the sanity of anybody else that might use this house in the future, we've kind of organized things that way. And now we're back outside for the afternoon. I'm just gonna come over here and check on my daughter's pet rabbit, see how she's doing. Hanging out down there in her little home. Looks like she needs some food and water, so I'll tell my daughter she'll come over here and take care of that. So far this has been working out really well. The little slide for rabbit pellets, we've used that to fertilize our garden. All seems to work out really well. Very happy with the way this has turned out. One thing you'll remember from videos from last year is the woodshed. Right now, what you see behind me is storage for the brooder, for the chickens. If you want to see a video for that, it'll be right up here in the corner, and you guys can take a look at that and see what we use the brooder for, how we set it up for when we get chicks. It obviously is a little worse for wear because we have the hole in the corner. This is an add-on addition to the original garage. And you can see there's a hole up there. They just had, it's like a sheet of aluminum that they used to try to divert water, and it's worn down terribly. So water leaks in from the corner and runs down the wall and ends up getting all of that all wet. So this is where I had been storing firewood, and I plan to store firewood there again this year because it's what I have that's covered. I just can't utilize the back 2 feet of the building because it'll get wet. It obviously needs rebuilt, but it'll work for now. The plan is to take all of this out here, clear it all out with the pigs, clear out any brush and debris, and then build a lean-to wood shed here. That'll be for a future video. I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around that process right now. Figure out what I want it to look like, what materials I'm going to use. I think I'm going to go to our local electrical co-op because the old utility poles that get pulled out of service are up for basically donation. You can purchase them by donation and then use them for your building projects. I would love to sink, I don't know, 9 of those, maybe 8 of those in the ground and have 4 bays here, 3 for firewood, and then 1 as a sap boiler / storage space for boiling maple syrup sap into maple tree sap into maple syrup, or for like storing a tractor or a lawn cart other things like that to open up some space in the garage. So hopefully this will be a future project you'll get to see on the channel. I was telling you about the pumpkins earlier today. Look how big that sucker is. That's a huge pumpkin. There's another one up there. It looks like there's going to be quite a few more based on the blossoms. Yes, we utilized a clothesline to dry our clothes. That is homemade. One of these days I'll do a video about how I built them. But for now, the Three Stooges and their two pals are going to get fed. Let me grab these bowls. Everyone gets a little treat tonight. You're all gonna get some eggs. We've got an abundance of eggs. We'll see if they break. There. Ah, right on me. That's good. I'm gonna have to get a stick or something to break these eggs. Wait your turn now, pigs. Wait your turn. I fed Boris and Rosie off camera. Now we're gonna take care of these laying hens. They've got plenty of feed and water. I just gotta collect the bounty. I would love to come back out here after the kids are in bed and bait those traps. I just don't know if that's actually gonna happen or not. We're end of August, well, middle of August, I guess, toward the end. Laying has slowed down quite dramatically. Plus, we've had several who have been exterminated by the predators in our local area. So we aren't getting near as many eggs as we once did, but that's okay. So the final thing that I have to do today is take some eggs and the numbers for the sign out to the stand. There you go, that's 5 cartons. 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can usually get 10 in here. So this fridge is working out great. We are going to start selling whole chickens out of there soon, but I'm not ready for that just yet. So now that the egg stand's full, we just have to put the numbers on. I usually leave the doors open so that people know there are eggs available. And then that's how we leave it. That's pretty much it for the hodgepodge day that you guys just saw. Not a whole lot got accomplished by way of the farm, but we take care of the little things as we can on a day-to-day basis. And the rest, you gotta just pray for rain and hope that time allows you to get the things done that you need to get done. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll catch you right back here for the next video.